All right, we are live with the legend James Pelton. I'm so excited to have James on my channel finally. James has been a very great supporter of what I've been doing in Cryptonaires, and I've been on his channel a ton of times. And I thought it's time to finally have him on my channel. And I know what mainly I focus on is a lot of crypto stuff, but James focuses on a lot of things outside of crypto. And I think it's really important for us to understand what James is doing and what's made him successful. And I'm really excited to have him. So, James, why don't you? There's probably people that have no clue who you are because maybe they don't cross pollinate between our platforms. So, why don't you tell us a little bit of information about who you are as a businessman, as a father, as an individual, and then we can go ahead and get into all of this other jazz about what information you're going to share with us today about how people can better their lives.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Please don't mention pollen, though. I am suffering from allergies pretty badly here today. So if I sound nasally or my eyes look puffy, it's the pollen. And Crypto Sensei Robert rubbing salt in the wound by mentioning pollen during the video. But yes, I'm from Lincoln, Nebraska, entrepreneur. I'm originally a computer programmer. I built a software business that I ended up growing to 30,000 customers and 12 employees. I sold that in 2020 and then was really just kind of looking for, hey, what am I going to do with my life now? I sold my business and I have a bunch of money now. What do I do? So I started jumping into investing and I started with venture capital and got into some real estate stuff and eventually found my way over to crypto. And then that's where me and Robert connected was when I got into crypto. I started putting my stuff on YouTube. This was in the middle of the bull market where it was just like, guys, I'm making like $10,000 a day from these crab NFTs and things like that. And me and Robert were in some, alpha groups where we were sharing, hey, man, get into this pre-sale. And so we became good friends through that.
We did.
As the market moved more of a bear market, I kind of shifted along with it to, business is kind of my roots. And so I kind of shifted to more a passive income, side hustles, starting businesses, helping people scale their businesses, things like that. So I still do enjoy crypto. I have crypto stuff on my channel once in a while. But what I'm really passionate about is just helping everyday people make more money. And really, I want to help everyday people achieve financial freedom because I did not enjoy working a 9 to 5. And I know a lot of other people don't as well. And I just want to help people break those chains. And, you can get out, you can start a side business, you can use your crypto gains, you can use yield farming, you can use, we're going to talk about some of these passive income ideas here today. And the only other thing I want to mention is that I love Jesus Christ. All right. I do everything for him and for his glory. I believe greatest commandment, love God with all your heart, soul, and mind. Second greatest commandment is love your neighbor as yourself. So I'm always looking around for, hey, how can I serve other people? What can I do to help other people? And I believe that is what God wants for me. And it also is what makes me happy. So it's kind of a win-win scenario there. But that is me in a nutshell.
And James and I did become close in the last bull market, and James was able to get me an invite to DagCon 2022. Was able to meet James in person. James and I went to dinner down in Hollywood. We had a great time, and James is the only person to show up to Hollywood with shorts and expecting to get into a nice restaurant, and so we had to do a little bit of bribing the bouncer and things like that. But I'm very good. I tend to bring money with me wherever I go, and I know money kind of gets you indoors some places, and we were able to sit down and have a nice dinner and have a good chat. And I do, as James as a person, I think is one of the better people that I've met in the space, and I'm very thankful to have his friendship. So, James, I know you kind of shifted the business away from crypto in the bear market, and that was very smart. What has been the most successful thing that you think you've done over the past maybe few years that you could share with us that maybe is a consistent driver, right? Because what we see from some passive income streams is usually they're good for a few months, then they die out, right? And so what has been the most successful things that maybe you can share that people should understand and maybe start doing to try to better their lives? Because quitting 9 to 5 jobs and actually going full time into supporting your own businesses and but doing your own thing is what all of us want to do and achieve in the end. So share with us, man. The
Yep.
floor is yours.
Yep, absolutely. So I brought 5 of them and then 2 honorable mentions. Okay, that's what I have here today. And feel free, and all this information's on my YouTube channel too. So kind of the way I do it is I present a free YouTube video where it walks through it. And then usually there's also a training course if you want to dive into it more. And then usually most of these things also have like a coaching program. If you like, hey, I want to make this my main thing that I do, and I want to quit my job and do this full time. So let me just jump into some of these. If I can share my screen back here. The first one I'll talk about is Kindle Direct Publishing. All right.
Okay.
So I don't know how many of you are familiar with Kindle Direct Publishing, but basically Amazon has a program where you can write a PDF book and you can put it on Amazon. So they'll put it for sale as a paperback book or a hardcover book. It doesn't cost you anything to put it on there. Then when someone buys the book, then they will publish it right then. They'll publish just one copy to send to that person. And then you get 70% of the profit from that. So they take 30%. But what I love about it is that there's no upfront costs at all. You could publish 1,000 books out there. They'd all be on Amazon for sale, and it doesn't cost you anything. And I love that because each of these books, so it's not passive to start these. That's how most passive income opportunities are, is it's work to get them set up. But once you get these books put on Amazon, they become a passive income stream. So even if, you're able to sell 10, we'll say, of a certain book, that can be, 300, 400, 500 bucks a month from just selling that book. And, you can do full books, 200, 300 page books. You can use AI to, write some of those. You have to be careful about that, because if you just go on ChatGPT and say, write a book about this, it's going to be just awful. And then you're going to get low reviews. People are going to buy it. You're going to get low reviews, and then that passive income stream is going to be dead. But there's ways that you can use ChatGPT to help you write books, not do all the work for you, but help you write the books. You also can do what are called mid-content books, which is like take your favorite self-help books, like Atomic Habits is a big one right now. It's a self-help book. And you can write like a workbook that goes along with Atomic Habits, where you write for each chapter maybe 3 or 4 questions. You put this together into a PDF that you put on Amazon as a paperback or a spiral book. And then and there's a lot of people searching for Atomic Habits. And now your workbook shows up in the search results. People are like, oh yeah, I'd love to, get more out of this book. And then they start buying the workbook. And it can become a revenue stream that's very, very easy to get started. So I really like this one, again, because there's no cost up front. And if anybody has questions, feel free to ask. I can monologue for a very long time. But I'm working with a guy, his name is Dave, and he put together just a quick training course. So again, you can go to my channel and get the information for free. Here's how you put together a book. Here's how you get it on to Kindle Direct Publishing. He put together this $97 training course, which basically walks you through it. It takes maybe 3 hours to get through this training course. And I think for a lot of people, there's people in my community making $4K a month off of just different books that they have put out there. There's one guy in my community who has put 37 books for sale on Amazon. And, some of them make, $100 a month, $200 a month, but can be a really great revenue stream.
What would you say is the hottest topics, though, James? Like, obviously, if you write a book about the American Revolution, there might not be too many people out there that are, currently interested in that, right? And so, what would you say the age range maybe of some of these people that are reading these books? Is this kind of people from all walks of life, all ages, or, I'm sure depending on the content is directed at certain people, but, can you give us a few more details before we move on to your next idea that you're doing with passive income?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I've had a lot of luck doing is, and this is taught in the training course, but I'll just show you guys. So I use a browser extension called BookBeam. And then you can go into any category. And since I'm Christian here, I'll just do religion and spirituality. So you go into here, and then you can go to best sellers, go to see more. And then this will start to show you, how much each of these books sells, where it's ranked, and how much it sells on an average day. So like this book,
Wow.
How to Catch the Easter Bunny, is making about $5,000 a day. And this is hot right now because we're approaching Easter. So there's a lot more people, so this will go way down after Easter's over until next Easter. So you can go into any category and you can see kind of what are the best sellers. And your best bet is really to try and find like holes in the market. Like, oh, there's a lot of people that are looking to buy this type of book, and there's not a lot of good books. Like you can look for low ratings. So all of these have really high ratings. So I wouldn't recommend go writing an Easter book because it looks pretty saturated. Like there's already a bunch of books there. Again, that's very seasonal, so it might not be a great one. But you can start looking down, and if you see things with low reviews, like here's one right here. This is a self-published book. So someone used Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, and it's a terrible book. It has 1 3-star review, and they're making $400 a day off of this garbage that they made. So you can, as you look around through different categories, you can kind of spy, no pun intended. That was actually just a coincidence that book's called I Spy. But this book is terrible. Nobody likes it, and it's still making $400 a day.
Wow.
So that can kind of give you some ideas of like, oh, okay, there's a spot in this market. Here's one with 4 stars, which is actually really not that great. So you can kind of see, okay, why did this sell so much? This was just a Kindle book, which you can also do that on Kindle Direct Publishing. But yeah, you can go into any category, and you can go, maybe I want to go into Judaism or something like that. And you can look at the best sellers and kind of see, okay, where might there be some breaks in the market that I could do a self-published book about. So that's kind of
is there a crypto section? Is there a crypto section in here where I should be working on a book with you?
That is a great question.
My attention span is horrible, but my knowledge is great. And so I'm wondering if maybe James and I work on a book together where you take my knowledge and your know-how of doing this, and we split the profits.
Yeah, I mean, that is a great question. We'd have to dig into that a little bit more.
All right, no worries.
Here's cryptography. It doesn't look like it has an actual category for cryptocurrency, but I'm sure here's cryptocurrency for beginners.
How to break your first million, or how to make your first million in crypto. I think we could sell a ton of books, James.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm totally, and again, one of the things I love is that there's really not a ton of risk if you do it. This category looks like there's not a ton of sales in it. So as you get down here, you see like these are only getting 1 to 2 sales a day.
Yeah.
So here's a self-published book that's making $22 a day. And $22 a day doesn't sound that great, but that's $600 a month.
That's true.
So this guy, I'm sure he's self-published. It was written 4 years ago. So it's probably way outdated. There probably needs to be an update on this. But 4 years later, he did this 4 years ago. 4 years later, he's making $600 a month just passively from putting this book out there. So absolutely, if you're willing to put some work in, you can use ChatGPT to at least give you an outline. Like ChatGPT is great about, hey, give me an outline for like here. I'll just do it right now. I'll just show you guys how I approach some of this stuff.
Please.
But here, right, I want to write a book about making your first 1 mil in crypto. Please give me a general book outline. But you can use ChatGPT for something like this. They can help you put together the title. You can look at the other books in that category and kind of see, where do they have holes missing. MMT says, I'll do the cover art. We can split the profit 3 ways.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, MMT knows what's up. All right, cool. All right, so what's the next venture that you want to show us, that you can show us how to make money outside of crypto with some passive income? I'm gonna turn on the AC while you break this one down. Just give me a second. I'm gonna disappear for 30 seconds, flip my AC on because I forgot to do that. But
hey, you're good.
And
I
everybody
will.
that's watching, please like and share. We'd really appreciate it. We got 140 people watching, and we're excited to learn more about how James is making some passive income right now outside of the crypto space.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I could talk for 15, 20 minutes about each of these. Again, if you want more info, this guy is Nick. This is the Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, but he made $1 million last year with Kindle Direct Publishing. He has a coaching program. I think it's either $1,000 or $3,000. I can't remember which, but his guarantee is that he'll work with you one-on-one till you're making 2K to 10K a month. So yeah, great option there. Second one, I'm going to go into the crypto space. Hey, there you go. Green Llama actually beat me to it. So these are war bots. These are crypto trading bots. They have averaged 7% a month for the last 2 years and about 4 months. I think last month they made 5.83%. So this has been super steady. There's not a lot in the crypto space where I'm like, hey, this is consistent. I don't think this is going anywhere. We've seen so many things in crypto where it's like you're making a bunch of money and then it goes away. And I'm not a huge fan of those, because what happens is you start making an income and then you change your life to reflect that income, and then that income goes away. So again, that's why Rob mentioned at the beginning, we're looking for more stable things that will last for a long time. And this one has proven itself. This is one of the only things in the crypto space that, for me, has provided a stable passive income for 2.5 years now we're on. So again, it's averaged 7% a month since December 2021. They're trading bots that are on Matic. So you can either deposit with USDC on Polygon. There's a 5% fee to get in. So you make your initial that fee you usually make in month one. You know, if you make 7% return in the first month, then now you're up 2%. Another thing I like about Warbots is you can also buy with a credit card. So if you are new to crypto, or, maybe you have people who are like, hey, I want to make some passive income from crypto, and you tell them, oh, well, download MetaMask. And they go, what's a MetaMask? I've had that before where it's like, oh, never mind, forget it. They just do something else. But this, with Warbots, you can buy with a credit card. So it's a great way for non-crypto people to get in. But I really like this one. Payout mode, you can either do claim all, where all the profits come just into your wallet, or you can do a compound mode where everything just recompounds, or what I usually do is a 50-50. So I compound half of it to keep my bag growing, and then I take out 50 just because we want to take profits in case something does end up happening. You want to have gotten profits for a while there. So that would be number 2 for me.
All right. What else do you got? I saw that the trading pool is 13,386. Is that how much money you have invested, or is that a combined investment from other people as well?
No, this is just me. So
okay.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
I think 2 years ago I put in like 6K, and then I've just been letting it grow from there. People ask me if it's so stable, why don't I put more in? And the reason is it's just still risky. I mean, again, you don't get 7% a month without risk.
Yeah.
And so again, the same things that have applied all the time to investing: don't risk more than you can afford to lose. Take your profits. Green Llama says overall they have about 6 million in their trading pool that they're working with. They've never had a down month, which is good. The lowest, we did have a little bit under a 3% month back in December of 2022. But I think with the volume picking up from the bull market, we should be hitting even some higher numbers. You can see the last bull market, we were hitting 12% pretty consistently there for a while. So
fantastic.
Yeah, this is number 2 for me. Next one, this one might sound funny to you guys, but it is vending machines. Okay. And you might say, vending machines, that's not passive at all. But I have made my vending machines a passive income source. So I've been working with this guy. His name is Mike. Basically, what we do is we do an email blast to all the local apartment buildings in your area. So in the Lincoln, Nebraska area, if you're an apartment owner here, you've probably gotten an email from me. just saying, hey, we've got some cool vending machines. We do all the work. It won't cost you anything. And what the vending machine vendors do is they will give you zero down financing, and they'll just take some of your profits until you get the machine paid off. So
How
what
much
this
is a machine?
most machines are like going to be about 5 or 6K. You can get
Okay.
them. You can get them used, but if you buy them new, then they give you zero down financing, so you don't need any upfront capital at all. So you find a placement, you get them to agree to let you put a machine in, and they have some cool machines now. Like you can get kombucha dispensers and espresso machines and things like that. Most apartment, especially luxury apartment complexes, you can pitch it as, hey, this is a super cool amenity. Like, what other apartment complex has a kombucha dispenser? And most apartment complexes are like, oh, this will be amazing. And they send out an email to all their residents saying, we have a kombucha machine now, and things like that. And it's
What
go ahead.
what is the ROI on, like, let's say you found an apartment complex, it has a few hundred people in it. You throw a vending machine, snacks and drinks. What can, in an average month, right? Not a great month, not in a month where no one sells, no one buys any snacks, right? But
Yeah.
what kind of returns are you seeing monthly, so people understand, like, hey, there's a $6,000 investment into a vending machine, and then walk us through, obviously you're not going to all these vending machines and changing out and refilling them and getting, so, like,
Right.
who have you hired to do this for you? What does that cost you? Kind of maybe give us some details as I
Sure.
go deal with my barking dog here. Just
Yeah,
one
no,
second.
hey, you're good. No, yeah, the great questions. So it's all about the amount of foot traffic that you're getting. So location, it's like real estate, location, location, location. So if you put a vending machine in a scarcely used laundromat or something like that, you're probably not going to make a ton of money. Where we've found the best placements are in high traffic luxury apartment complexes. I would say on average, you can make maybe $15 per. I would say you can make $10 per unit in the apartment complex per week in revenue. So if you can find a placement at a 400 unit apartment complex, you can make in revenue about 4K a month from that. So which would be about 17, 18K a month total. And then usually about your margins are about 50%. You just go to Costco and stock up on whatever it is that you're going to be needing in your machine. And then what I've done is once I get a placement, so I do the work of a placement and the relationship with the apartment complex, and then I hire college kids. So I find college kids around. I say, hey, I'll pay you $25 a week. They don't need very much. It takes like an hour. You run to Costco, pick up some stuff, run to the vending machine, make sure it's filled up. And I pay them $25 an hour, which again, if I make from a machine, my profit is maybe 6K a month, and I pay them like $100 is what it ends up being. So then my profit's 5,900. And then you use some of that to pay off the machine. So maybe another 1,000 goes to pay off the machine with the zero down financing that you did. And it's a passive income stream. And then, there is some work once in a while. Like if there's maintenance, you have to take care of that. If you buy a new machine, there's always warranty. So that maintenance isn't too difficult. You have to, you check in with the apartment complex once in a while just to make sure they're happy with it. You don't want them to decide, a year in, hey, we're going to replace your machine with this. Nobody was buying your kombuchas, and things like that. But I think this can be if you're willing to put in the upfront work of finding the places to get them placed, which sometimes requires in-person meetings. I've been driving around meeting with people face to face. You just get a way different vibe with people doing that. You can tell them it's a local owned business, local owned family business. Bring your kids with you. That's a marketing tactic. But yeah, I think this can be this could be anyone who's watching full-time business. It really could. I mean, there's people making 20K a month, 30K a month. If you just get the right location, it only takes one, if you large businesses that have a break room, if you're able to get, if they have 1,000 employees and you're able to get any machine in their break room, you will be making 20, 30K a month off of that machine. And there's
That's
all
insane.
sorts of cool machines. There's, selling sandwiches, and there's frozen good ones. If you're a health nut, there's healthy food vending machines. So, you can use your creativity, but this has been a great income stream. I love too that it's in real life. We're so digital and we're so crypto, and so many things that we can't see. This is real customers. And it's a win-win-win situation. The apartment complex is happy, the people there are happy, and you're happy. The college student that you hired is happy. Your family's happy because you have some extra money. I mean, it's just happiness all around.
Well, how many machines do you think you say you like? Do you have just a few, or do you have like dozens? And do you ever worry about people, or have you had people defacing the machines, breaking the machines? Talk to us a little bit about the downside.
Yeah, absolutely. So for myself, I just got into this in December. Again, I met with this guy, Mike, who does a lot of these. He has a whole coaching program where he helps people get their vending machine empires set up. And he's had dozens and dozens and dozens of people. He personally has like 50 machines, and I know he's making, I think, 6 figures a month off of those. I have 2 machines that are currently placed. So I haven't run into, also I'm in small town Nebraska, so
Sure.
I'm not like, there's not a lot of vending machine defacing going on around here.
Gotcha.
He has run into that. So he has, in his training course, he talks about insurance that you can get. What do you do to get maintenance? He's got all the info, and it's a coaching program too. So when you have questions, him and his team are always there to answer for you. So again, this is another thing where you could do it on your own and just kind of, learn the lessons yourself. He has a training course for $200, or his coaching program. I think his coaching program is $3,000 total. But his guarantee is you'll make 1K a month, or he'll start working with you till you make 1K a month off of your vending machine empire. So, cool. And some of his students I've talked to who are making 5 figures a month off of their vending machines. So
I need to start a vending machine empire here in Hawaii. The problem is getting the machines here. Probably, I'm sure there's not a company here that makes them, and if they're probably like 15 grand instead of the 6 that you're paying in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah, that is very true. I have not looked into the vending options for Hawaii, but where there's a will, there's a way.
True, absolutely.
There's a will, there's a way.
I love this idea, man. This is a great idea.
Yeah, and I've really just been enjoying trying all these different income streams, and I'm happy to be the guinea pig for people. Like, hey, I'll go out and give this a shot. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. I'll go do it, and we'll kind of see how it turns out. So that's another one for you. We got time for more. We got
30 more minutes if you want to go, man. We got 190 people watching. There's people that are interested in what you're having to say. So please, if you have more to share, please, let's share.
Boom, man. I've got an endless supply. I'm currently in like 40 passive income streams. So we could do this all day. But I'm just kind of doing some of my favorite ones. This is one that I am not really doing personally, but I've spoken with many people who are doing well with it. But this is listen to this. It's Etsy, but you're using AI to generate like artwork that you're selling on Etsy. Okay, so you can use Mid Journey, or you can even use Chat GPT. I'll just show you here. Generate a really cool image of we'll say Thomas Jefferson in modern style or something like that. We'll see. Mid Journey works a lot better than ChatGPT does. ChatGPT uses Dolly, which is not as good as Mid Journey. But let's say that you generate some AI images here, okay? And then there's a product called Printful where you can take your AI generated image and you can put it onto any products. And you can do even just a blank canvas. So let's say we wanted to, let me see what ChatGPT came up with here. Okay, I mean that's kind of okay. That's pretty lame, but we'll go with it. Okay. But you can go over here to Printful and say, hey, I want to sell this image I just created, and I want to sell it on a canvas. Okay. And Printful lets you upload your image. I won't go through the whole process. I have videos on my channel walking you through how to do this exactly.
Okay.
But you can upload your image. They will put it onto a canvas. You can connect Printful to Etsy, and they will just list this on your Etsy shop as now a product that people can buy. So like, here's one I did last time I was demonstrating this, but this is my Etsy store, and I have a George Washington painting that I have on there for $27. And then it's all automated. So when someone buys it, Printful automatically will get an order from Etsy. So Etsy communicates with Printful, says, hey, somebody bought this canvas. Printful will print it on demand. So they'll produce the canvas. They'll take the image that you put on there, produce the canvas, ship it to your customer, and then you just get a percentage of the profit. So your margins aren't going to be super huge. You know, on something like this, it's going to cost, the canvas is going to cost a bit, and then Printful printing it and things like that. So you might make, $4 or $5 for each one you sell. But it's a great business model of just, you can create Etsy shops with just whatever you can imagine. And you can do t-shirts if you wanted to create an Etsy store full of t-shirts with different designs on them. Again, Printful, you can do that. You can do hoodies. And you can just fill an Etsy store, and it's basically free. If you want to connect with Etsy, it's $25 a month, but you can put unlimited products on there. You could put 1,000 t-shirts in your Etsy store, and then all of a sudden you have a Etsy store without really doing much on your side.
Love that.
Yep, it's a really cool model. And then let me see if I can find here. Some of the people I was talking to, Bailey is a lady that I was talking to who kind of first brought this to me, and she's making $45,000 a month off of this method. And she has thousands of products. She's done a thing where I'm going to add 5 products a day. And she just has this huge Etsy store now, and she's making multiple 5 figures a month.
Wow.
With, again, holding no inventory. The only work on your side is digital. And then again, every time you get a product put up there, that product becomes a revenue stream. So it's really, I think it's a really neat model. And again, you can go to my channel. I've got information on this. I walk you through. I show you creating this George Washington. You can see I've done this demonstration. Look at this one that AI made me. Isn't this a cool bird?
That is a cute bird,
right?
Have you sold many birds?
I think I've sold like 6.
All right.
Well,
better than 0.
Yeah, it's better than 0. And we go through in the training course. Again, I haven't done this a ton. I mostly just for demonstrative purposes. But there's ways that you can market your Etsy store and things like that. There's different tools kind of similar to BookBeam, where BookBeam shows you which books are selling well. They have similar tools that will show you, here's the Etsy products that are selling well right now. You can do keyword research to find out, everybody, these are getting this many searches. So these are the products that you need to add, all sorts of things. So again, great. My philosophy is I go down each of these streams a little bit, but I think any one of these ideas could be like your full-time job. Like you could make this everything that you do. So,
and it sounds like, it's not about taking 15 ideas and trying to go out, do it all 15. You need to take one idea, master that idea, figure out if that's creating revenue for you, and then move on to something else. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, when you spread yourself too thin, and I'm sure it's spread a little thin for you too, with all the stuff that you're doing as well, with YouTube and Twitter and everything else. But wouldn't you say that's the best way to do this, is try to pick one idea, master that, and then move on?
Yes. That great point. Don't do what I do. Okay. Do not do what I do. People in my community fall into this where, because I have a new side hustle or new income idea, 3 or 4 times a week. And so if you are like, hey, I'm going to try to get into every single thing that James is getting into, you are really going to stress yourself out.
Yeah.
So again, I give all these ideas not for you to say, oh, okay, I'm going to start today. I'm going to write a book and get a vending machine and start an Etsy store. That's my to-do for Wednesday, March 20th. Don't do that. That would be very, there's a Russian proverb, he who chases 2 rabbits catches neither.
Oh, I like that.
That's a good one, right? I think it's
like that.
Russian. Although it wouldn't be in English. Anyways,
All good.
it's a proverb. It's wisdom from somewhere. So yeah, what I would recommend is you see all the different ideas that are out there, and hopefully one of them really like sparks your interest, where it's like, hey, I would really enjoy having a vending machine empire where I have, I'd love to get 15 vending machines and paying people to go kind of automate the filling them up. I would really enjoy that type of business. And then, when you find, okay, I would enjoy this. I would enjoy writing books about this. I would enjoy writing workbooks. I've read a lot of self-help books, and I think I could make a whole series of different workbooks to go along with the self-help books that are out there. The goal is to kind of find, like you said, 1 or maybe 2 ideas, hit those hard. And then, after you get one kind of settled, then you can maybe think about, okay, what's next now? I've got my, Kindle book out there making some money. What's next now? Now I want to start vending machines. So great point, Crypto Sensei. Don't try to do all these things.
It's just like investing in crypto. You can't invest in every single crypto because you will never be able to track it all, and it'll drive you crazy, and you will lose money. So similar concept, but great, man. What you got? You got some other stuff you want to share with us?
Yes. Let's see. What's my next one? Oh, okay. This one is, and you talk a lot about this, so I'm not going to spend too long on it, but this is Bitcoin mining. So there's a lot of crypto projects that are allowing you to do crypto mining where you don't actually have to hold the miner yourself. So I know, Rob, you've probably talked about some of these, like Alpha Shares is doing this. There's Ace Miners, there's Kadena Mining Club, there's a whole bunch, Goofy Gophers Mining Club. This particular video is about Quantum Expeditions. They're a Bitcoin mining company. And again, what I love about this is you want to take advantage of the bull market. Bitcoin especially is kind of the, blowing up right now. So as Bitcoin goes up, the miners are all going to go up. So you can get a passive income from investing in these different mining companies. So I'm not going to go into this one too far because I think you've talked about this probably. But it's a great way to make, and this is passive. So you buy an NFT or you put in some money into these, and then they pay out some of the Bitcoin that they're able to mine. This is not something that you want to get into in the bull market. So, we're kind of right on the edge of when it might be getting to be too late. You don't want to, because like Bitcoin miners follow the price of Bitcoin. So you don't want to get into Bitcoin mining when you're at all-time high prices. It would have been better to get in when I put this video out. But, we're at a little bit of a dip right now. We're down 12%, 13% from all-time highs. I don't know what it's going to do, if we're going to go down further or who knows what's going to happen.
We're in that pre-halvening kind of area right now. And so the market is kind of, we don't know. We have this ETF, right? So we didn't have this in the previous cycle. So we'll have to see how this all plays out. But if you believe that we're in a bull market and you believe that crypto is going to be here for the next 6 to 12, 8 months, depending on what your timeline is of how long you think the bull market will last, there's going to be a lot of great opportunities for you, especially, right now in crypto. So great. Thank you for sharing this.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I always, there's a saying that in a gold rush, the people who really make money are the pickaxe salesmen.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah. So when you get into Bitcoin mining or yield farming, which I know Cryptonaires talks a lot about yield farming, but those would be examples of you're making money off of helping the gold rush. So even if you don't believe in crypto, you can still make a lot of money selling the pickaxes to the crypto people. yield farming, you're taking advantage of when people make swaps, you're providing liquidity to make that happen. So you're giving them a pickaxe and you're taking a fee for it. And same with Bitcoin mining. You're making the Bitcoin network work and you're getting paid for that. So I'm a big fan of that. I have a lot invested in Bitcoin mining. And again, even if you're not a Bitcoin believer or anything like that, you can still kind of profit from other people being big into Bitcoin. So that would be another one.
Love that.
Awesome. How many have I gone through here?
You've gone through several. I don't know if we're
Okay.
quite. I think we're at 4. Do you have one more? Is there another top one?
I mean, I have a whole bunch more listed here. Maybe a couple of them I'm going to go ahead and skip.
Okay.
I do have this PDF if you guys would like, the top 8 ways to make extra income today.
Can you share that in private chat and I can post it in what's it called? I think.
Yeah.
Or can you just post it or maybe private chat?
I will try. It usually doesn't let guest post links.
Yeah, let me post some of this stuff. Make extra income top 8. I just shared that. I'm going to show that here.
There you go.
There you go, guys. If you want to, obviously, going through a YouTube video and getting some ideas is great, but actually going to a place where you can get more information, you can ask questions, you can kind of get in with James's community. That's going to be the best way to do it, right? If you're, following me or James on Twitter and we put out ideas, obviously those are just ideas. But if you really want to get into the weeds of those ideas, joining those communities, either James's community or Kryptonaires, that's really where you're going to get the most value from that, right? And so there's going to be a lot of people in those communities that are doing similar things that can help you troubleshoot and get you through where you need to get so you can be successful.
Yep, absolutely. Totally agree. Let's see. Yeah, I'll talk about this. We're going to go an hour, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can fill up an hour. We got 19 minutes, James. Fill it up, brother. Fill it up.
Okay, awesome. Let's do it. So this is Travorium. So this is a travel club that I just joined here a few weeks ago. And I was a little skeptical, but I had some people in my audience that were like, hey, can you check this out? And we don't want to waste our money. Can you waste your money and see if it's a good deal? And of course, I was like, I would love to do that. Nothing would make me happier than wasting my money in a travel club. So I joined this travel club and actually I'm very impressed. I booked my first trip, but the 3 trips that I've booked so far in the last couple of weeks, it's all been 50% cheaper than what I could get on Priceline for the exact same hotel, the exact same room for the exact same dates. So it's been about 50% off for each of those. So I've been very, that's a really great thing, I think. So I'm a big fan of this, especially if you're a traveler. I can show you just
where are you taking me, James? Like,
hey, where do you want to go, man? Where do you want to go?
So I've already told my community that I want to go to Italy. I want to take a celebrity cruise because the last vacation I went on is when the Terra Luna crash happened. So that was 2022. And I want to go to Italy, Greece, and maybe a few other places on a celebrity boat because that was my favorite. That was the last time I actually felt like I was actually getting rest. I did lose a bunch of money in the market when Luna crashed, but that everybody else did too. But yeah, that is the last true. I know I live in Hawaii and people think I'm constantly on a vacation, but if you can tell by the complexity of my skin, I don't go outside too much. I'm constantly indoors working very hard to make sure
the blinds shut.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of glare when I open this up, but yeah. So I do my best for my community, and they know that. But how do you get? Sounds great, right? 50% off, kind of. But is there a fee that you're paying to do this? Is there a way to make money on this? Talk to us about some more details about this.
Yeah, for sure. Do you want to share my screen again? I switched from a window to entire screen so you could see.
Let me pop it back up, brother. There it is.
There we go. So this was the room I just booked a couple days ago, but this was when I went to Priceline for 2 nights. This was a nice hotel, but it's $1,300. Exact same place was $840 through Travorium. So again, I saved $500 on this booking. I would have just paid before, you just got to pay what it is. So there is a fee to get in. So if you don't travel some, then this is not going to be a good deal for you. Like if you travel once a year, then probably not going to be the move for you. But like this base package, you know, $70 one time and then $52 a month. And I saved $800 on one trip. So it's like, oh, to me, this is a pretty no brainer for me to be in. And then the way you can make money off of it, and I don't know how everyone feels about this, but it is an MLM. And I'm against MLMs if you don't believe and use the product yourself. So like essential oils, I would never use essential oils. So if I came and was trying to sell essential oils, I would consider myself more of a shiller. But if it's a program where it's like, hey, I use this, I just saved $800 on it, I want other people to save money on it. There's some people who this is their full-time job is they just present. Trevorium is the name of it. They just present it to people all day, every day. And I talked with a guy. I wonder if his testimonial's on here.
What's
maybe
an
not.
MLM? James, there's going to be people that don't understand what an MLM is. So will you just break that down real quick?
Yeah. So basically an MLM, it's multi-level marketing.
Got it. Okay.
So it's basically you refer some people and then you tell them to refer some people. And you know, it's the pyramid.
Yep.
You know, you could call it a pyramid scheme. But you know, to me, it's like if you believe in the product, it's not a scheme. It's just a way. It's a referral structure.
Sure.
But again, it's not for everybody. If you don't like selling, if you don't, you know, you don't want to bother your. I had a friend from high school who called me out of the blue, maybe like 15 years after we graduated. I just said he was calling. And I answered the phone. I was like really excited to hear from him. And I'm like, man, I can't believe. I'm like, hey, I'll even say his name was Miles. And I'm like, hey, Miles, how's it going, man? It's so good to hear from you. And then he chit-chatted a little bit and he said, hey, are you interested in making a little extra money? And I was pretty offended by that, actually, because it's like, man, we haven't talked for 15 years. We were really good friends in high school. And the only reason you reached out was because you wanted to sell me this MLM. So don't be like that, but there's ways if it's, again, a product that you like, it's like, hey, I'm saving money on this, then, you know, telling other people that travel a lot. This could be, and again, I've talked to several people who this is their full-time job is they just tell people about Trevorium. And that blows my mind that's like a full-time job for some people. They're making $45K a month just from telling people about Trevorium. So, that's another
obviously those are the top tier people, right? You're not going to just join tomorrow and get a few customers in or a few referral links and make 45 grand a month. Just so we can be totally clear.
Yes. Yeah. It takes a lot of work. So I ran the math, and you need a total of 375 people under you to make 10K a month. And that's not you referring 375 people, but that's the people you've referred, who they've referred.
Okay.
So if you refer 3 and, you know, each of them refers 3, well, now you're up to 27.
Yeah.
And then it only takes a couple levels down. That's the idea behind it. But yeah, it is going to take, you're going to have to tell at least a couple people about it. It's going to take some work. If you're a digital marketer, it's way easier. You know, like I can make a YouTube video about it and maybe get 100 people to sign up. Just from making a YouTube video about it. And then there's also when you sign up, you know, I don't want to get too much into the MLM structure, but you have 2 legs is what they call them. Yeah. And so there's 2 people directly under me. Everyone else who signs up gets placed underneath them.
Yeah.
So like the people who signed up immediately under me already have 10 people under them, because of just people who've signed up under me. So anyways, and there's
the
a lot
pyramid
of
begins.
And the pyramid begins.
Yeah. And I mean, this is the way, you know, these marketing goes nowadays, right? You know, and referral links and getting people signed up. And you know, probably the pyramid scheme or the pyramid, it's worked for many companies in the past. Obviously, it doesn't always end in the best ways, but in the meantime, if you're looking for some extra income, you do a lot of traveling, maybe test the product out yourself before you go and get all your friends and family involved. But if you're traveling a lot, you want to save some money, this might be an option.
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
So let's see. Oh, there's a couple I was going to do, but Kryptonaires is a better option than those things that I was going to mention. So I'm not even going to mention them. I'll leave you guys.
Okay.
That's a lot for you guys to digest. I think I went through 6 or 7 there.
That is.
And again, I'm bringing new ones each and every day pretty much. I do like 3 lives a week and then 2 recorded videos. Sometimes I just tweet about random things. I found a company that pays you for you to send in feces. Your feces you send in, and they pay you for sending in your poop. Okay, so like, there's a lot of ways out there for you to make money, and I think they're all kind of interesting. So there's another one for you.
I won't be taking up that one, that's for sure. But that is an interesting one. So what is the best way people can connect with you inside of your community, James? Like where can people find you day to day? I know you have courses that they can do, but like if people want to interact with you, like as they interact with me inside of Kryptonaires and ask questions, things like that, where's the best place to find you?
Yeah, I just stopped sharing my screen, but maybe can you bring it back? That was an accident.
You're good.
So my main thing right now is my YouTube channel. That's what I'm most consistently putting work into. You can see I've made 775 videos in 2 years. So that's like one a day pretty much, which has just been what I've been doing. You can see, yield farming guide, all sorts of things. If you liked the type of things we talked about today, this is a great way to follow me more. I do have a paid community in there where you $5 to be a member. I have a paid Discord that's nothing like Kryptonaires. I don't do nearly as much in there. Basically, it's just a way to connect with me. I'm not in there giving trading alerts or anything like that. Don't expect that. I do have Passive Income Engines, which is a program. I got these 4 guys. We've put together just our best passive income ideas, side hustle ideas into a community. So again, not at all competing with Kryptonaires. We don't do hardly any crypto stuff. So that's one big difference. If you want to be in crypto, then Kryptonaires is a much, much better place for that. Like most of the people in passive income engines have never heard of Discord. So that's just the type of people that we get in there. So that's another way you can connect with us is passiveincomeengines.com. It's $1 for 30 days, and then it's $97 a month after that. And then, of course, Twitter, you can feel free to reach out to me, too. If you want to just talk about anything, you can follow me on Twitter, James Pelton18. I tweet out, Twitter's kind of more for my random thoughts of just like random stuff. We have a giveaway right now, giving away 45,000 BioFi, so you can go hop into that if you would like. My email address, I'm happy to put that in here too, especially for your community. I'll put that in here. And happy to even schedule a 10-minute call. I've gotten on a call with 150 of my subscribers one-on-one I pray with everybody. So if you don't want to be prayed over or with, don't schedule. I'm going to probably pray with you. But then just to, talk over what's stressing you out, your financial situation. I try not to give financial advice, but I'll give you, hey, if I was in your shoes, this is maybe what I would take a look at. And happy to do that for anybody who wants. So you can shoot me a Twitter DM. Sensei, I'll put my email address in the chat. I won't let me post it. But feel free to post that.
Okay.
Yeah, feel free.
Got it. Post
so. I'm not a very private person, so you can probably, if you're in Lincoln and want to grab lunch, or if you're in Lincoln and want to come stay with me for a few days, totally fine. We've got 4 college students that live with us, so we're kind of an open door policy. But yeah, appreciate you, Robert, for giving me a platform. And actually, I recognize most of the people that are in here commenting, so a lot of them are probably already part of my community in some way, but I love just, Robert, that we are doing kind of similar things but right tangent to each other, because I love bringing you onto my channel, and you've done all this research into these crypto coins that I've never even heard of, and then I can come on and talk about these, getting paid to sell your feces, which you've never heard of, and together everyone achieves more. So been a lot of fun.
Oh man, in life you have to meet interesting people, and yes, we do separate things, but at the end of the day, we care about most about our communities. We want to see them doing well, even in times of stress, even in times where they're going through some things, and we care about people. And at the end of the day, not every single thing that we like, that we talk about, is going to be successful. But at the, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get you into the place where you can better yourself. So you can be a better researcher, you can be a better tokenomics expert, you can be a better person to create different passive income streams, right? And not everything's going to work for every person, depending on what your personality type is, how many people that you know. But at the end of the day, we're both trying to help people. And that's really what the core fundamentals is about both of us. And, I just think that over the next few years, as our friendship grows and as our communities grow, we'll be doing these hosts, and there'll be 5 times, 10 times more people, and it's just going to be an interesting journey, right? And we've already had an interesting journey over the last few years, and I do think that this is the greatest time in our life to change our life, but you really have to make a decision to change your life. It's not just going to say, well, I'm going to sign up for this course and my life will be changed. You actually have to fundamentally change the way that you're doing some things in your life. And it's just like going to college for 4 years to get a degree in something that she'll never use, right? Like, that's what my wife did. She went to college for 4 years, got a degree in something, and she doesn't use it, right? But that's what happens to a lot of people. And so you have to give the same level of commitment that you would in going to college or doing something else in your life, your job, that if you start to focus on some of these key areas, you can really redirect what you're doing in life. And that's really what we're trying to say here.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a proverb that says hard work brings a profit, mere talk leads only to poverty. And so I want to encourage everyone to not just talk about, I hear people talk all the time. I want financial freedom. I want to make money during this bull market. And I'm like, oh, what are you doing? What steps are you taking to make that happen? And a lot of times they're, oh, I'm not doing anything. It's like, well, if you're not doing anything, there's no way you're going to have any success in it. Like, this doesn't happen. And actually, we're kind of preaching to the choir, because like joining Kryptonaires, for example, is a step that you're taking to help your financial future. Okay. And that's a step that you've taken. Now, I would also encourage you to take steps based on what you're learning in Kryptonaires.
Yes.
Don't just hear it and then say, oh, that's great. And it's like, what are you implementing that you heard about in Kryptonaires or on my YouTube channel? What are you doing to make things happen? Because just talking doesn't going to do anything ever. But you can put in some work and make it happen.
And the biggest part about this is when you join a community is like, how often are you sharing in that community or asking questions and adding value to that community, right? Kryptonaires has been successful. We made it through the bear market because we had people that wanted to learn and stay in crypto, even though times are rough, even though times were bad, even though a lot of money wasn't being made. They were dedicated to learning, and they were dedicated to finding out what are the best things to be invested in as the market changed. And those are the people that are going to be most successful, right? And changing your actual mindset and not just leaving a certain space because it's down, right? It'll come back. But when it does, when you join late, that's really where you have to play catch up. And that could be exhausting for anybody. I see you wanted to share, but go ahead. I got you on screen again.
Okay, you do. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I had just had one couple final thoughts I wanted to share before we got off here. First off, isn't this cool? Look what I just made today. This is AI generated video. I didn't record this. This is completely AI generated.
I don't know if I can't hear it. I don't know if other people can.
Oh, you can't hear? It's my voice. Okay. So, anyways, I might not be recording any more videos for the rest of my life. That might be my plan going forward. But
don't send this to Cass. Don't send this to Cass. He'll never do it. He'll never do an actual edit of me again.
So anyways, that's cool. Stay tuned for AI. AI is going to change the world and change the way that everything is done. There's no industries that aren't going to be affected by AI. That's a side note. Also, I want to share with you guys, you can use this. This is a financial freedom calculator. Up here, how much do you want to make monthly? So let's say I want to make $5K a month to replace my 9-to-5 job. Okay, so well, you need $1 million if you're making a safe 6% a year return, like maybe in the stock market. You're going to need $1 million to make $5K a month. So then this will tell you, okay, if you're starting with 15K and you're adding $500 a month, that'll take you 13 years to reach that $1 million. So you can mess around with this. If I make a side hustle that makes me 5K a month, now it'll only take 8 years to reach that $1 million. So I'll leave a link for this if I can find. I got so many tabs open now, man. Look, this is basically this whole video graphically explained here, all these tabs. I have a
you haven't seen my windows, James. You haven't seen
yeah.
my windows. I have to restart my computer every week, just because my computer starts to explode because I have 180 tabs open.
Oh yeah. Yep. Nope. I'm the same way.
All right, I got this.
Okay, yeah, I just put a link to it. Anyways, you guys can have that for free.
Thank you, James.
Yeah, it's just something you can mess around with. You do need to, here's a trick. Don't try to edit my spreadsheet. Go to File, make a copy, please.
There you go.
What inevitably happens is people try to make changes and then it requests access and make a copy. So anyways, that's all I've got. I appreciate your audience. Appreciate you, Rob, letting me come on. And I hope to see you all again soon.
It's truly an honor. And I would like to say, James, thank you for your time today. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and your knowledge. I know it's taken you quite some time to get through all of these passive income streams. We have 253 people watching, which is fantastic for a live stream. I just want to say thank you for everybody that has spent time watching this. If you missed any parts of it, go back and watch it from the beginning, because James shared some truly game-changing alpha that is really cool. If I wasn't so dedicated to crypto, I'd be going down this vending machine route. I just don't think I can spread myself too thin because there's so much happening in the crypto space. But thank you so much.
Wait for the bear market.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta work just as hard as I did in the bear market, so I could be just more successful in the bull market, man. And that's the mentality. But thank you. I shared all of your links, guys. And if you want to get a hold of James, his Twitter is probably the best place. Join his community. Try to take some changes in your life and see where that leads you over the next few years. Changes don't happen quickly. It takes time. Don't give up on yourself. And at the end of the day, you are responsible for your life, and you can really make some significant changes, but you have to start, today, and you have to really put your mind, your mentality, everything that you have into it if you really want to be successful at anything.
Amen. Amen. Love it, man.
All right, brother. Thank you for your time, James. We really appreciate it. Thank you for the audience who listened. And I wish you the greatest. And I'll see you soon, sometime, probably either on your channel or back here, man. Thank you very much.
Sounds great. Thanks, everybody.
Aloha, guys. See ya.